When Paul is talking about repaying evil or living peaceably with all men, or even not seeking our own vengeance, he is teaching contrary to the ways of this world. Good morning. I'm Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts for Wednesday. You know, there is a definite knee-jerk reaction to being wronged in this world. Even when we just think that someone has insulted or mistreated us in some way. The hair on the back of our neck begins to bristle. The blood vessels in our face and our neck begin to bulge. Even our internal temperature begins a rapid rise. So why is this? Is this just a definite sign of the sinful nature that we were born with? Or maybe this is a learned response that we have been taught by others, that we should never take anything negative from others without maybe a full-blown attack of some kind. Well, Paul writes in Romans chapter 12 and verse 21, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Too many times we are quickly overcome by evil and its ugly attitude rises up within us. When we are overcharged by a business, rather than calling to point out the discrepancy and maybe ask for a review of the item, we may immediately go on that attack mode and rehearse what we're going to say before we even make that call. Or even worse, maybe we don't rehearse what we're going to say and it becomes a disaster because we are driven by our emotions. Well, sometimes when we feel we've been mistreated, it's just an oversight by someone. But the main point is here that we do not be overcome by this evil. You know, there will always be evil in this world. And as a matter of fact, there will always be some people that will act in evil ways. But we need to have enough self-control that this outward assault doesn't cause us to react in such a way that is reciprocal or acting in like manner as them. Jesus showed us his reactions by attacks, by often not reacting at all. We are to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's what he says there in Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Not conformed or molded by the way that this world acts and thinks. Rather than being overcome by evil, he calls for us to overcome evil with good. I mean, we've been challenged to feed our enemy when he's hungry or give him a drink when he is thirsty. Jesus said, when we're struck on that right cheek, turn the other one to them also. And he calls for us to love our enemies and bless those who curse you and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. This is not the way of the world in which we live. But then again, we are not supposed to be of this world in which we live. Jesus said, you are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. And if the salt has lost its flavor, it's really not good for anything. Rather than being like this world, let's make a difference today. A difference that this world can see, because we're going to overcome evil with good.